Welcome to our little lesson about how do I integrate a macOS system into an Active Directory domain. For this demo we use a 10.9.5 release of macOS. We usually would try to achieve this by going into the users and groups preferences, which we can see up here top right, or via the system preferences and then the users and groups options. To actually be able to change or modify the settings, we need to click this log symbol, authenticate ourselves again, and now we're able to use the login options, and just basically press a button to join. This utility will not be able to easily integrate your macOS into the domain, because it just tells you please input the domain name, which I just did, but it didn't work. So usually what you do is you press the button to open the directory utility, and then you get a little bit more preferences and settings to change, and that will work. So we use the open directory utility, unlock the interface here as well, re-authenticate, and then choose Active Directory and the button with the pen symbol. Now here we just type in the name of the computer account. It will be created automatically in the Active Directory. We type in the Active Directory full qualified domain name of that domain, and we have a few advanced options which basically tell us what's the user experience, mappings between Active Directory attributes and the macOS attributes, and here who may actually administer this macOS system. So we basically give him the groups, the domain groups that may administer this macOS system. Now if we press bind, we just saw we need to enter an administrative account for the Active Directory, so we may enter it. What you will see now is that it will throw an error, because one of the things that's very important to know is that authentication usually is pretty sensitive to time synchronization, and in this case the time that is shown here in the macOS system does not really compare to the time that we have in or on the domain controller system. So I will just adjust the time, set it to the right time, approximately the same time as on the domain controller, and then if we try again, give the credentials to the domain administrator in this case, then it will work. It's going to take a little bit of time. There are different steps involved in integrating this macOS system into the Active Directory, but the end result will be we are able to log into the macOS system with user accounts that are only existing in the domain, in the Active Directory domain, and basically we can just use network users to log in instead of local users that are already present on the macOS system. Later we will see that we have the ability to even say who of the network users of this domain may log in. We can basically restrict it, or we can just say everybody who can authenticate against that Active Directory domain is able to log in, and that's what that's the default behavior here. So now if we click on users and groups preferences again, on the login options we see the domain, the NetBIOS name of the domain. We activate it here, it's Bierbrauer. We can now just open the login window, and now I will type in administrator. There is no account that is named administrator local on this macOS system, so it will just search for or authenticate against the domain. It will take some time for the first time because there is no home directory and stuff, so things need to get prepared for the first login of the administrator account. This account is then a network user, a network managed user, which will be seen in the users and groups preferences. So we see I could log in as administrator. I'm just gonna create a quick shortcut for the terminal, open the terminal, and basically use the who am I commands to display the name that I'm logged in with. Then I will change the directory to the users directory, where we will see I got a home directory here locally as well. And now, yeah, we just will open the groups and users preferences, where I can see that my account is a different type of account. It's not a local account, it is a network managed account. Here again, what we will see now is I'm the domain administrator, but I'm not allowed to unlock the interface, the administrative interface. If I try that and click on unlock, it's not going to work. So this is something I don't have. The rights, the permission to unlock the administrative interface. If I use the regular local admin, this is in this case the CL admin for client admin, then it's going to work. So we see we still have some restrictions on this account as it is seen by the network managed right beneath my username. We see this is the option where I can say that I don't want to have everybody log in onto this machine, onto this Mac OS system, but only the, in this case, the person Mike Krüger. But I'm going to change it back and exit the options and log off. Thank you for watching.